With the About page finished, let's go and take a look at the Contact page. So we'll come back up here to our menu, go to the Contact page, and I had previously changed this background out. It did have the background from the home page. But with the Contact and the the About page to a lesser degree, but certainly with the Contact, you want to keep things clear. You do not want anything, derailing the attempt of the customer to contact you for the product that you're trying to sell. That will certainly be true if you set up a store. Now, this particular website is not going to have a store because they don't sell discrete products. It's all custom made, essentially contracting and design. So, they don't have pre-made items that you can purchase online. You contact them, they come to your site, and so an online store would not be appropriate for them. But the Contact is going to be all important. So I switched it back out from the complex, kind of busy background photo to a very, kind of banal, straightforward color gradient that we had used before on our pages for our galleries. So, the background does kind of go to the background here, but still has some color to keep it lively. And there's a couple of ways that we can let people get in contact with us. We can add some icons here, which are actually under the buttons. And they've got one for various forms of just about any kind of contact that you can think of. So you scroll down here, and we'll start with the phone. So we got our phone icon here. People recognize that and say, "Yep, that's a phone. Let's see what happens if we call them." It's really tiny, so we're going to make it big, and we're going to move it over here because we can add some other icons too, and we can do things to it just like we can do with the other buttons, right? We can make it animate and fade in. We can change the color. We can rotate it. We can move it, make it smaller, make it larger. We're going to leave it pretty simple right now, but it needs to go somewhere, so we're going to have to link it to something. So, web address? No. Email? No. Link it to a page? No. We're going to have to put a phone number in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Went right over it. So we're going to add the phone number here. And so now it's linked. So when they click on that, it will show them the phone number, and they can give us a call. And we can do exactly the same thing. All right, we're done with this one. So if we want to put an email in, then we'll go here, universal email icon. It's a little bit bigger. Let's shrink it down just a bit. That tells us we got it the same size. And we'll link it to an email. So now that's linked. Now maybe we want to put some social media or something like that in. But they've got icons for just about everything here. You don't have to go with those icons. You could go with these icons or with these icons. It will simply depend upon the type of, the aesthetic of the website that you're working on and what you think would work best. So, pick those appropriately. You can put in social media icons, which you will have to get externally. Those are, copyrighted. No, I'm sorry. There they are. I forgot that they had included this in the new version. So, you got a link to a Facebook page, link to a Twitter account, link to a YouTube channel, Pinterest, etc. Add it in there. And ready to go. There we go. Pulls up a social bar. That's what they're calling it. So you can set your links here and connect it to, any of these that you happen to use. You can add other icons as new things, new technologies come out. You can remove icons if you don't use those. For now, we're actually just going to move it right down here and leave it. I'm not going to bother linking this to it just yet. And we may not, the client may not want to use all those. And so you'll get that information from them. And then you're going to want to get some feedback from them as well on what they prefer in terms of how to be contacted. Now you can use a contact form. You don't have to, use these icons, and your client may really, prefer to have that where they can get much more information. Let's go ahead and get rid of these for now, and all you have to do is click on them. You can use the delete button or the right click, and instead they have some prefabricated contacts and forms. So that kind of makes it easy. Let's go with that one. We'll get feedback again from the client to determine which one they like, but for example purposes, let's go ahead and pull this one up. So get in touch. A place to put the name, the address, and they can type in here, I'm interested in your ponds, and they can submit it, and it will be linked to the business email. So you will definitely want to go through the form settings and make sure that this links back to an actual contact, and then we will want to test it by going onto the website itself and actually sending a message through, because if it is not linked properly, then this page is completely useless. So we'll hold off right there for a moment, and we need to talk about testing because we've reached the point in the development of this particular site which we should probably not go any further until we start testing some things out. I do want to make one change on the home page and actually change it to a video before I test it, give it a little more dynamic aspect. So we have got our image here, which is actually a video still, and we have the video that it came from. So let's actually change that out. Actually, I may not have loaded it yet. Let's see. There it is. So that's almost a 5 megabyte clip. Once again, it's a very short piece that we're going to loop. It's water moving. The surface of the water is moving. We've got reflections that are moving. Those are all so similar that we'll be able to use a loop because the very last frame of the film is so similar to the first frame when it plays again that it will end up looking continuous. Therefore, we don't have to upload a long movie. We can keep our file sizes small. We can utilize the loop feature, and we will see how that turns out. Now, that and the other one that we uploaded previously may turn out to be too busy. Sometimes you don't want too many things going on in the background. But the only way that we can find out is to be able to look at it the way that the end user would see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to publish it, and I'm not going to make you wait and watch this upload. I will go ahead and change it out just the same way that I did on the other page with that other looped video, and then we will come back and we will publish this and take a look at it and see what we think.